Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. And this is, this is our Friday, TGIW. And what a show it was today. As a matter of fact, it was so boring and so tepid. And we had Neil Young for over 2 hours. And
For the third time.
for the third time, and he was
Third
in December last year, so it was less than a year ago that he was in. And you would think that Howard had never spoken to him before, the way he was like tithering around like a nervous little fucking girl this morning. It was pretty disgusting. So I'm here with Dennis, who is the Jackie chair, and Phineas, who is Xavier. And I wish at some point you guys will use your real names, because half these people aren't even on our website. They have
I
no
found my
idea.
real name, Monique, last night on my government name, as the blacks say, on my the marathon at one of the marathons I ran. There was like a statistical chart from the Long Island Marathon in '97.
But what do you mean you found your real name? What do you mean by that?
Like, if you ever Google your own name? I was looking to see if the marathon statistics were around. So I Googled my name with the Long Island Marathon, and the list came up, the leading runners in the marathon.
Oh, I'm just trolled, and I'm a big C word, so that's all I get when I look at my name nowadays. Oh, all right, Melvin, enough with you with my 25%. All right, enough of you.
He can't stop.
Enough of you. Did you see what he wrote before?
Hey, Audible.
No.
25% of Mo is afraid of German Shepherds. Clearly, X is posting in this thread at RG100. Mo is late. 25% late. I'm never late. I am the one that is
afraid of German Shepherds.
Always on time. Harmfound is a slave name.
One time, some guy said to me, he goes, "But that's my last name." He goes, "Oh, that was anglicized." Like, what? I go, "How do you know?" He goes, "I know, it was anglicized." He just like this reductive thing, like I wouldn't know my own last name's origin.
Yeah, right.
Goes, I give him my last name. He goes, "Yeah, that was anglicized." You're probably from
okay. You're okay, Mr. Ellis Island worker. What the fuck, Seriously. Okay, so what are we gonna do today?
Huddled masses.
Okay, listen, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna do
what are we doing?
We only have 10 clips because that's all the show is worthy of.
I went nuts with cleaning out the computer.
Yeah, I know that. I know
that's all you have. You got others.
I have 10 of my own and 400 of John's. What, Dennis?
So from what the Wigger has said today, I have a feeling that we're not going to have a lot of shows in December.
Well, according to the calendar, we're only supposed to have 6 more shows. That's it.
We'll have 3. I guarantee we'll have 3.
I would say 3 sounds about right.
We'll discuss a little bit of that. We'll discuss him talking about going to Florida and that Beth doesn't want to go. We'll
that's delicious, as you would say.
Yeah. We'll come back to the HBO thing.
At some point, talk of the fact that Howard's endgame has now become very apparent, that he's looking for an exit strategy out of radio and into HBO.
Whatever the laziest gig you can get. This is what this is. We've been all over this for years, X. We've been targeting
now
this
it's
for
really,
1 second, 10.
I mean, his pretentious fake caller shenanigans. Oh, you're so. It's like exactly when he was on AGT. Oh, I never listened to.
Just like when he was going to Sirius, just like when he was doing AGT,
exactly,
just like when he started Howard Stern, on demand. All of it.
Now he's looking to.
It's not even really an exit strategy. It's more of the planning ahead. And now that he knows that he has like an entree into HBO, he is gonna run that shit into the ground.
Double dip shit. Double dip shit.
Yeah, I can't hear you both. And I heard you double dip. What'd you say, Xavier?
Is anybody actually looking for 2-hour interview show? I mean,
no, of course we're not. That's the whole point. The whole point is he thinks they are. The whole point is he's almost 70. So maybe I don't know who's looking for this, but I will tell you that I can't recall, other than it being something completely fantastical, listening through an entire interview last year. Have you?
Well, listen, all I can say is the Tarantino interview was almost the exact same length as Pulp Fiction, the movie.
Yes.
So if you're going to choose between listening to those fucking blowhards or watching the movie, what are you going to pick?
he ran out of things to say to him. He literally started, when Howard runs out of things, he'll be like, "So, what are you doing after
Yeah.
you're done here?"
Yeah.
He does that kind of thing. So that it's this. Most people, other than us talking about this shit, don't want to talk for 2 hours
But
straight.
you know why that is, Monique? Because what is
No.
he missing? What element is he missing from the guests?
What do you mean?
What filled that time? When he runs out of gas, he's going, "Oh, what are you gonna do after callers?" That's exactly right.
Callers.
That filled it
hair.
up. That punched it up. And when you have John Hine writing the questions, I don't want to see this go anywhere.
Okay, good question, Jeremy Harrison. Before we start the show, for the Secret Santa, do you know the screen name of the Secret Santa you draw, or do you find it out later? Okay, so I'll be drawing Secret Santa at some point Sunday or Monday. The way it basically works is that whoever is participating will send to me and only me via PM whatever name you want to use and your address. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll write everybody's name down on a little piece of paper and I'll start picking it out of a hat. I will start with one person. I'll just pick randomly. I'll pick Dennis because he's on the show. And then, what, Dennis? What? Let me finish. What?
You'll remember to actually pick me?
Well, that's why I'm going to start with you. So I'll start with, because it's stupid to pick two people to pick each other. That doesn't work that way. So Dennis will get his and I will pick that person. And then that person will get theirs and I'll pick that person. And then I will send to you and only you, the person who is picked, the address and or information of the person that you have. So you can just say you're a Secret Santa. You don't really have to give your name. You don't have to really do anything you don't want to do. Some people give really good gifts. Some people give really shitty gifts. But either way, it's a really, really fun time. And I highly encourage you guys to do that. So there you go. Okay, so we're going to start the show now. Oh, my RAM is good. Thank you for asking, Affy. Thank you so much. My RAM is excellent.
It's really important.
It's so important. I love it. And yes, Crazy Robin, you did Secret Santa with us, I think, last year too.
She does. She actually had me one year. It was a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Gift.
So,
best gift.
Best gift ever.
You know what? No,
you know the best gifts ever were Casey's gifts.
Casey's gift made me laugh forever.
Casey gave the best gifts ever. So yeah, so super exciting. Okay, let's start the show. So we have a lot to get to. We were all traumatized by listening to Quentin Tarantino talk about how Roman Polanski did not rape a 13-year-old and that they were rape, and that it was quite okay. And
okay, can we
what?
Move on.
Go ahead.
No. It follows on the heels of Harvey Weinstein, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit today, and that is a predominant part of the cleaning out the computer today.
Well, there's two of them, and they're both pretty huge.
I did get your last one that you said, "Oh shit, I forgot this one too."
Yeah, it's good.
I do have them. I do have both of them.
I did tag you on that where he was flying. Wiggers was flying way too close to the sun today with Harvey.
Well, it was a weird conversation too.
It was strange.
I'm not necessarily sure. Yes, and yes, I have video of him at the birthday bash. His wife did design Beth's most hellacious wedding dress.
Really?
So,
yes, that's who designed it.
Yeah,
the whore dress.
Yeah, you didn't know that, X? That they're really chummy in the Hamptons.
Yes.
Ex-wife now.
And by the way,
hetero card, guys.
Yeah, but by the way, there is no way that this woman would have ever married that man unless she was being backed by him. And I'm going to show this to you right this second because it's really quite shocking when you look at the Jesus Christ.
I want to give you a massage, Monique. I can hide.
Like penis.
Hold on, I need to show it to you guys. Hang on a second. Let me just show you Harvey with his wife. Okay.
He had a 1-year-old in 2015 who is now 9 or 8. I wonder what that kid's going through.
That's perfect. Come on, it's a perfect marriage.
That's Georgina Chapman. She owned Marchesa with one of her girlfriends, and they became incredibly successful wedding dress and couture dress designers. But the business was kind of failing a little bit, and she just happened to meet Harvey at the right time. And I'm sure she started out at as much less than a wife, and he funded her, and he funded the entire operation. And then, of
Well,
course,
there you go.
what this begets is
Gurgle.
the ugliest wedding dress ever known to mankind, which is
There it
right
is.
here.
Jesus.
That is so
Good call.
It's so gross.
That is a horror dress.
So that is
It really
Marchesa.
is.
That's a horror dress.
It's disgusting. It's really
Wait, show the back. There's a picture of the back. Show the back. The back is the best part of this entire dress. It's so whorish.
Can I get there from here?
No, it's the third picture over right there. There you go. That is a horror.
Horrible.
Horror.
It's really just atrocious. It's
Bet
really
they
one
want
of the
everyone to see your
interesting
anorexic spine.
Oh, see, why is that doing that?
Pablo, is that true? Gavin Newsom's wife extorted Weinstein for money? Is that how I'm reading this?
Well,
Are you
he's,
talking
This
about
is about
Gavin
right.
Newsom's first wife? That Helly
Yeah.
one that
Testifying.
dates
I
Trump
guess
Jr.?
the first wife. I guess, yeah.
That's the one
Gavin
who's with
Hansen.
Trump Jr. She was a beautiful girl before
She's
she fucked
From
herself
Fox
up.
News, Monique?
Oh, she did the
Kimberly
plastic
Guilfoyle
surgery?
or some shit like that?
Oh.
Yeah, let me just show you how fucking cute she was pre.
And then she plastic surgery herself.
Oh,
Yes.
horrible.
That's awful.
It's really, she was absolutely adorable.
Let me see. I'll
Younger.
judge.
Okay, you can be the judge of this. Give me
I'll
a
be
sec.
the judge of this.
Yeah, okay. All right, here she is. Okay, this is early Kimberly. Hang on, let me share this with you. I know we're digressing just a snurch, but who gives a shit?
We can't start the show yet. It's too early.
Yeah, we need to preamble just a little bit more. Here she is. Look how pretty.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she is a pretty girl.
Royal.
And then
Nice.
she just
Oh, yeah, Kim and Goffo. Yeah, absolutely. 100.
What does do you have any pictures of her before the stroke?
She has twin orbs of truth and beauty.
There she is.
You ever see the video of her? You ever see video of her
Wow,
at the
that's
Insurrection
not good.
dancing like Taylor Dane to the monitor?
No.
Yeah, she's in the. She's
That's
she's
not
in the
bad.
booth.
And then she started doing surgery.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh.
She didn't need it.
No, no.
She was so pretty. She didn't need it.
No.
So, yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, she was Gavin
all
Newsom's first
need
wife
it.
when he was the mayor of San Francisco, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
Well, she wears the right dress. I wouldn't notice her face.
Okay. So
Dennis.
we're gonna talk about how excited Howard was to be up at 3:00 in the morning taking notes for his incredibly Angelina Jolie's average sister. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, he was up at 3:00 in the morning writing notes, and he has
bullshit.
pens that light up. So if he wants to write notes, he can do it without.
What a tortured
waking up.
artist.
Because light bulbs are a thing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna wake Beefus up because Beefus is on the other side of
He
the
would have to
house.
walk. He would have to wake up to the other side, walk to the other side of the house.
Yes.
To wake Beefus up.
So let me
Yes.
play a little bit.
He
Hang
probably
on a
sleeps like
second.
50 feet away.
Yeah, let me
And more like 100.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
easily.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play a little stuff.
Wait.
here.
And why would Neil Young come here unless I'm clear on what I need to know from him? Because I love Neil Young so.
What do you mean you're clear on what you need to know from him? What could you possibly need to know from him that you didn't learn less than a year ago when he was there in December of 2021?
He had a 2014 interview too, Monique. That was 2 hours. Which
Third
I
interview.
I looked up.
He's-
It's his third one.
I mean, combined, he's interviewed the dude for like about 8 hours now. The fuck
I mean,
That's
this is-
more than any human being needs to know about Neil Young. Let's
and he
be honest.
hasn't done anything
dude.
in that time to warrant a follow-up.
Exactly.
Yeah, Neil
I
Young.
don't spend 8
Neil
hours
Young
with my
hasn't
mom.
done. Neil
in a
Young
year.
hasn't had any hit albums or any huge life experiences since 2014. You know, his life peaked in 1980.
Deep on
It appears to me that Howard seems to be
collecting.
collecting dinosaur rockers like action figures now. Seemingly, I've conquered this one. He seems to be on a dinosaur rocker action figure collection kick. Right?
Backloading into Christmas as he does every year. Except now I think he's realized that what he wants to be is the preeminent rock and roll interviewer. And that's the feeling I got from yesterday's conversation for sure. That this is really what he wants to be. So anyway, let's continue.
I mean, I've been saying it since I met you, how much I love Neil Young. I said it on the radio. And I'm like, I can't allow Neil Young to come here unless I'm clear on what I need to know from him. And then I was up 3:00 in the morning, collecting my thoughts, listening in my head to the actual things I might say to him. And I'm, desperately trying to write stuff down quickly. And
do you keep a scratch pad by the bed?
Absolutely. And I have 2 pens that light up. So if my wife's sleeping, I can write notes. So I'm sitting there writing notes, making noise, and she's getting woken up. And what are you doing?
What does she have to get up for? Nothing.
I'm like a ping pong
No matter
game.
what you do, you're going to wake her up anyway.
Yeah.
17,000 square foot house.
Outside of the house?
He's got a light up pen.
We don't want Beth to miss those Z's. She's got a big day the next day.
This isn't even
passing out in the bathtub
room.
at noon.
Exactly.
Lisa Stein, that's good. Willie Nelson. Howard, he used to do the show when Howard couldn't get guests. Willie's a cool dude.
Willie's the greatest
he hasn't
guest
been on
ever.
He's a really good
John.
guest.
He's the greatest guest ever.
Is it my imagination, John, or didn't they confirm that they sleep apart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beef says it all the
confirm,
time.
right? I'm not.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of audio for that. You can go back.
Beefus goes my room, my bedroom,
my kitchen,
exactly.
my kitchen, like literally, or your room. Beefus has said many a time they're nowhere.
They don't sleep together. They're not in the same room.
I heard an interesting thing yesterday, Monique. It's fine. You didn't. It's just subtle. We listened to the show with dog ears. So Howard's talking to Robin, and he goes, "Our agent Don," and that's the first time I've ever heard him use "our."
Ever say "our agent"? I heard that.
He says "my agent" to Robin, but they have the same agent. It'd be like if you and I played on the same basketball team, and I was a little bit better than you, and I said
coach.
"my coach." You're like, no, he's my coach too. All right, you average 10 more points a game than I do, but he's our coach. Why would you say my coach? That's the narcissist he is.
Hey, John, do you really think you're just a little better than Mo?
Monique's such a type A. If she practices,
shoot the J. Shoot it. Shoot it.
She drains the threes. Well, she has 25%.
All net, you
This could
motherfuckers.
be like shirt
All
versus
net.
blouses.
I'd banish you to the gulag in Russia after she was done.
She's like Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald Wilkins, Dennis.
Electric blue.
That's the Frank Stallone of the NBA.
We are so not digressing into basketball
Nikki's
now.
little brother.
We are not doing this. What, Xavier? What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Would you like to
nothing
have
to say for like a quick second, all of you monsters? All right, here we go. But the 3 of you have such fucking diarrhea of the mouth. I can't even take it.
Quiet most of the time.
Oh my God. It's like word vomit. No. See, the problem is because now I can see you. That's the fucking problem. The problem is I can see you. And not that I don't like seeing you, but here's Dennis. Here's Dennis. It doesn't even matter who's talking. He's like this. Like this. Always with the fucking finger. Always ready to push it in your face and talk about some shit or another.
Yeah, she's angry.
Xavier never shuts the fuck up. He just like mumbles in the background like the old man on a rocking chair. And John talks through all the clips. Doesn't even matter. Can't hear you anyway.
No, I don't.
Doesn't even matter.
Burning bush. I'm the burning fire.
We're gonna have to throw you under the bus, Monique, as the time goes on.
volcano.
Just give me an opportunity. As you speed talk like Barry Allen, and don't throw it to anybody.
Okay, so let's move on because he got a beautiful text from Rob Zombie today, telling him how excited he was that William Shatner actually sing-talked to Great American Nightmare. So let's hear a little bit of that. Okay, I gotta get it playing. That would help, right?
Hey, I got to tell you some things that are going on before we get to Neil Young later in the show. These are important things. I got a beautiful text from Mr. Robert Zombie. Rob Zombie, another great musician from White Zombie, and then the Rob Zombie solo career. And
wow,
he just
The
said
White
to me, I don't think
Zombie-
Rob will
the Rob
mind me
Zombie
sharing
solo
this
career.
with the audience. You'll get a kick out of it. He says, William Shatner, the real William Shatner singing The Great American Nightmare the other morning is the best moment of my entire career. He loved it. He loved it.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't make short shrift of that. William Shatner, 91 years old. We have book Boldly Go, reflect.
Oh, I just mooned through it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Rob,
I missed it the other day. I'm so glad.
Ghosts in the devil's head. Step right up and feel the fire. Hardcore love of the never dead.
So yeah, that's
Wow.
Was that Kevin Pollak at
Was that
Evening
like-
at the Improv in 1991?
exactly.
What a bitch.
He was
Shatner
promoting.
impressions is so hip.
He was promoting a book, so they probably did a little like literal quid pro quo, where he would do that for them if Howard promoted the book, because of course he would never have him on again. So just just do that for us instead.
Tiger Lily does bring up a great point. Can someone glue Howard's teeth in tighter?
There you
I mean, those teeth are sliding around like
rattling like you swallowed a box of chiclets. Just
yeah, they're not in there very tight, and they need some more poly grip.
Thank you so much, Dragon.
Can you
Thank you.
believe they're doing William Shatner impressions in Am I the only one?
No,
that
that's
thinks this is-
actually William Shatner. That was actually William
was
Shatner.
Shatner.
But the rest of it is William Shatner impressions.
Right.
That's pretty much all we. It's one guy who does that, Dan Rather. The other one, and then there's that one woman who does Ivanka. She does the Jennifer Witz. She does Liza Minnelli. So they.
And you have Wilding that does.
Wow, that's
really
a pretty
bad.
hip array of.
It's
voice
really
talents.
hip. Yeah, it's really
any cool factor Rob Zombie has is now he listens to this show.
He didn't have
Now
any
it's gonna-
before.
I know he didn't. I never.
somebody sent it to him. Please.
Calls the
There's
cops
no way
on-
he listens to it. So then he starts talking finally about Jay Leno. And he was actually upset that people said, I can't believe that you would think that I would disparage Jay Leno. And yes, we've had our issues and we've had some problems, but not that I would, ever be upset. So here's this conversation.
Did you hear the latest update on him?
Someone yesterday, and this threw me a bit. I guess people think I'm really a horrible person because
Yes.
I was
yes.
I was I don't know, I was in conversation with someone and they said to me,
Someone.
when you heard the news about Jay Leno burning up in a fire,
Burning up.
were you happy?
Oh my.
Or were you upset for him? And I went, oh my God, I was terribly upset for him. That's a terrible
So
one.
wait, who are these? These are friends of yours?
This is someone I know. I'm not going to embarrass it. I think
Ralph.
I said no. I said I felt terrible for the guy. I mean, I've had my differences with Jay, but I don't want to hear that. Jay is an enormous talent, and
Who is this guy?
aside from my differences with him, I've always been a big Jay Leno fan.
Bullshit.
I mean, at the early days of when he would appear at Garvin's, I would go see him in Washington, D.C. We're going back 30-something years, maybe more. I don't know how many.
More.
years
That's
ago.
40 years at least.
So how long did he work in DC?
A year,
Like a year and a half.
year and a half.
Year and a half.
In like 1980.
There's
Well,
no way any
what
of
was
this
it,
is
Dennis?
true.
He spent how many years total out of New York? 3 or something? Hartford,
3 years. 3 years. out of New
Detroit,
York.
and
Total.
Washington. It's like 3 years.
3,
total.
maybe 4 total.
4 years of his total career were ever spent outside of New York, Long Island.
Because he
The
was
tri-state area.
81 or 82. He was in WNBC. Then he went 84. Got fired 85 at K-Rock.
He was in Detroit just enough to steal Steve
A
Bell's
year and a
act
half.
with the
He
signal.
was a year and a
that
half
made it
in
to-
Detroit.
He
18 months.
was literally on the Letterman show calling Jay Leno a piece of shit. And
Absolutely.
now we're supposed to
Yeah.
think that he has respect for him or have.
No. Yeah,
No.
Tiger Lily's
Fucking
right.
break,
I
dude.
have.
Come on.
6 hours of clips. She's
How
right.
many clips
I do.
did Bon and John get of him trashing
That's
Leno?
her request too in the mockery thread.
Well, we will come
Yeah,
back to
I
that at
asked for
some
it.
point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he trashed Leno at every turn he could.
At every
for the
turn,
last
and
20
this is
years.
before
decades.
John. This is
Before
before
20 years.
stuttering moron. This is
He was
well
always off
before.
and on with Leno, even before the John thing. Absolutely,
Yes.
he was
Yes.
always weird with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, the tipping point was when he went on the Leno show with those two prostitutes.
Strippers.
Yes,
and
96.
to just totally fuck with Jay, and that was when he was banned from the Tonight Show.
But he sandbagged him, and he was supposed to feel sorry for Howard because he does this. It's fucking NBC. It's this whole. You're not bringing strippers on a fucking network show at 11:30 with Leno.
So
And he's
yeah, so
supposed to
even
be like,
before
that's
the
cool.
John thing, it was very contemptuous, whatever the fuck you say, contemptuous. So for Howard to now say that he's always respected him is a fucking bunch of shit.
David says, "Does Howard not realize there's a 16-hour Todd Packer compilation of him trashing Jay?" Yeah, but you know what? It's all water under the bridge.
The
You know,
the internet is Howard's enemy.
the internet
It
never
really
forgets.
is.
The interwebs never ever forget.
So
So
now
then-
the latest
Yeah.
update was
Yeah.
he was
on Jay?
actually he was actually underneath his car when he caught fire, so
Ooh.
he was pretty fucked.
Ooh.
And
Well, luckily he had somebody
has
with him, right?
second to third degree burns on his face,
Jesus.
second degree burns on his chest,
Mhm.
and second to third degree on his hands.
You know what? That'll clear up fine. Honestly, I mean that sincerely.
Little
I
skin
know
graft
people.
would
I
be okay.
have no idea.
I know
Yeah.
people who have been burned who
But
who have cleared up really, really well from
it's just weird the type
burn.
of car he got burned on because it's one of
What
those
kind of car was
freaking it was a steam car, one of those early steam cars.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so what happens is that the gasoline was used as a boiler to boil the steam to make the car go. So what
Okay.
happened probably is it was
it's
pumping
hot water, hot steam, hot.
Well, no, the gasoline.
he was on fire.
The line broke, and then you had the spark to make the gasoline go fire, and then he got
Oof.
fire, and yeah, it was not good.
That Anne Heche thing still freaks me out. I saw the videos of her just like popping up out of that fucking
And she was
gurney
essentially
that
dead
she
already.
was on, and then she was dead. That like really scared the shit out of me. That's like a
Yeah,
zombie.
that was a whole thing,
That's
wasn't
a
it?
whole thing. That was a
Dennis,
whole
as a
thing.
gearhead, what's the statute of limitations and age-wise to get in there and start changing water pumps? When do you cut that off? 75?
Fuck, I feel like I'm at that
70
age already.
Yeah. In denim,
Jay-
in full denim.
But Jay is a car guy like I am, and you really don't ever want to stop. You
You
really
have 80
don't,
cars?
because
It's all he knows,
fun,
Dan. It's all he knows. It's
enjoyable.
yep.
But you
And
know,
he
there
has
are
some-
certain cars that are like that you can get your hands dirty with. I mean, today's cars, you can't even
No,
look
you
inside
can't
of it.
touch-
Right.
No,
you
you need
climb
a-
in the
no.
engine and
So you
change.
need something. You know, when I
Back
had
then,
my
you can just use a wrench for just about
yeah.
everything. One
I
wrench
had
and
a
a screwdriver, you're good.
67 Mustang, and I knew every part of it because it was so easy. It was an easy car to understand. You understood how to change the oil. You understood where the battery. I can't even find the fucking battery on my car. Like, seriously.
All I could say is hopefully Seinfeld's next. While he's
Oh,
filming comedians in
stop! Be
cars.
nice. Nobody
he's
wants
a
to
dick.
see anybody
He's a
burn.
Jason deals with
dickbag.
911s.
He's a
He's
dickbag.
fine.
What's
That's all he
wrong with
buys
you
is
people?
Porsches. He buys
So
those
first
Porsches.
they started getting into a conversation about, the new cars are going to kill you. And so Robin, of course, tells us that, pretty much anything.
Well, she was pretty
would-
dead on. I actually lucid.
Well, let's talk about it. Hold
He was lucid.
on.
I'm not looking for I'm not looking for something that has a clogged fuel line or that looks like a bomb on wheels.
But I was
don't-
thinking about it, like these new electric cars. They just put out a report that they're really unreliable, and you hear about them burning down people's houses all the time. New
Oh.
cars, when they first invent something, they usually will kill you just trying
Right.
to make them work.
Robin knows what the
She
fuck.
actually no.
She has 7
Robin
cars.
is not that far off. She's not that
What do you
far off.
mean?
All right. So when they had Hurricane Ian down here in Florida, the people that didn't get their fucking Teslas out of Fort Myers, they went up in flames because they got water in them, and they burst into flames. And they were
Why would they
fighting those
burst into
fires.
flames from water?
Because an electric car, when it gets salt water in it, will short itself out and burst into flames. That's what happened. So she's not too far off. I mean, she actually likes cars. Unlike Howard, she actually likes cars.
She actually drives.
She actually does like cars. So she she probably reads car stuff and all. I'll give her that on this.
Do you think she's still waiting for George Lucas to call her back from that racing thing they did?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
you know who loves cars even more than Robin? Mr. X. Didn't he get busted getting a Hummer?
Yes, he did.
While they were at that,
while she was racing
thing?
in Pocono Raceway. Yes,
Yep.
yes, he did.
Well, you know,
see how everything goes back to
everything
cars.
swings around
to our little.
It's a full circle in the Stern Show, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
You know what, Walter Skelter? That's my thing that I say So sorry, that's what I do.
When Howard's the fact of the matter is,
hey,
in other
Walter
words,
Skelter, I have an idea. How about you come here and then you take care of looking at all the comments, taking care of the clips that are on the VLC media player, take care of the clips that are on the Google Drive, and then also figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 tabs worth of information that relate back to this fucking information.
Walter Skelter.
So yeah, sometimes
don't
I'm
you
doing
want me to
I'm
love
trying
you?
to figure out all the shit that's going on the fucking screen. Now we're gonna get into talking
about that 25% coming right out.
That's exactly right. So
you just did no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Uh-huh.
We on our way to Red Lobster right after this.
So she's a little porrica.
Let's talk about Crazy Alice checking in today.
Oh, by the way, did anybody else find it coincidence that yesterday we did a whole thing about how the Whack Pack has just been extinguished, and now all of a sudden they're doing a Whack
all
Pack,
of them were on today. Everybody who's still alive,
recap.
other than like
what
Beetlejuice.
Incredible coincidence.
So they had Crazy Alice on. They had Bigfoot. They had High Pitch Eric, and they had somebody else. Can't really remember who, but okay, that's what we got.
Crazy Alice to me is a thinking man's Whack Packer. It's one of my favorites, maybe my favorite.
She is a tremendous racist.
Hi, Fred.
Jeff the Drunk wasn't on.
Jeff the Drunk wasn't on, but there was a couple of them on. There was a couple of them on today, which was kind of.
I like Alice
because of they're listening to RadioGunk. That's why.
So Alice gave him a little shit, which I was kind of proud of her about.
She always does. That's what's great about Alice.
Well, because they had the balls to say, we really don't put Alice on that much, nor do I even play you like the phone messages that she leaves because she's so racist, right? So they were like really upset about that. So wait, this is pretty funny the way she kind of comes back at him. I loved it.
I know we've tried to do Sal, you've tried to do updates on the air about Alice and how she's doing, but the updates were so racist that you couldn't play them on the air.
Yeah, they were crazy. I mean, like she has fantasies of being a grand dragon in the Klan and killing black people. Another thing is she has fantasies.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
So he's like, "Oh my God, Alice, how can you say something like that? What is wrong with you?" And Alice, of course, turns around and says,
"What are you to turn to a Christian, Howard?"
Well, no, I mean, come on. I mean, to hate it. No, here's what I'm telling you.
You always talk about Satan.
Back in the past, you didn't care. You always talked about Satan.
Dropped it on him.
She's so deliciously quirky. Like she really is.
She sounds old now.
Can we get her on our show?
Yeah.
I would kill.
That would be pretty cool.
Are you kidding? Casey's been working on what's his face for us for forever.
All Blacks?
Sour Shoes.
Let's get Alice.
Oh, Sour Shoes. Oh.
Yeah, let's get Alice. Let me just
I'll
figure
leave
out
it there, Chi.
cocksuckers. All right, so I want to talk a little bit just for a few seconds about Harvey Weinstein's penis, if we can. I mean, if you guys don't mind, I just want to.
I heard this once. I guess I'll live through it again.
I'll be on Amazon, guys. See you guys in about 5 minutes. Okay.
Well, what I really wanted to talk about is the court case that's going on right. I'm looking at the picture and I'm already disturbed. The court case that's going on right now, and how everybody clearly knew that they were with Harvey Weinstein because of this incredibly weird defect that he has with his penis. So let's listen to that whilst we enjoy. I'm not going to show you his penis, obviously, but Let me just play a little
I
bit.
don't want to see it.
Here it is. Harvey's balls were removed from his scrotum and inserted into his thighs due to an infection. He's on trial in California for sexually assaulting 4 different women. In the other sexual assault trial from 2020, jurors were shown nude photographs of Harvey.
Wow.
A moment that was captured by a diligent courtroom sketch artist. I mean,
nice sketch artist.
Well, what were the looks on the jurors' faces? Were they?
I mean, I have tape. Here's the
What
jury.
in the actual fuck is
Here's
that? Looks like something from Star Wars.
Tiger Lily reaction.
That's the artist rendering.
Wow. Wow.
They're
That's
actually
great.
They actually gave him decent pecs. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
I guess.
Can you imagine that coming at you to
musculature.
fuck you? Holy shit.
Sorry,
So
ladies.
where's
She's
it, I
taken.
mean, is it hanging down to his knees? I can't tell from the picture.
I don't
Oh, he
know
doesn't
what's going on
skip
between his
one day.
legs.
So basically what happened is he had a fungus in his balls, and in order for them to retain the balls
my
at a
life.
proper temperature so that he wouldn't get this fungus again, they put it under like 1 or 2 of the outer layers of epidermis underneath his thigh. So his balls were basically hanging.
Look at what Tiger Lily writes. Not even for an Oscar.
Not even for an Oscar. That's exactly fucking right. That is exactly right.
That's a new definition of bat
Oh
wings,
my
I guess.
God.
You know,
That's
you
the
gotta be
Miramax brand,
some,
Dennis.
you gotta be some kind of special
Face
to
of Miramax.
look at this and say, yes, not only will I fuck that man, but I will fuck him several times in the hopes that I will have a huge and successful career. It's
Hey.
like Tiger Lily throws dinner in garbage.
I'm glad I ate many hours ago.
Yes, it's an artist rendering of an artist rendering. That's exactly what this is. So that's Harvey Weinstein for you.
Hang on, I'm doing a
wanna-
screen cap because I can use that as my AV.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. I did want to show a little bit of Harvey that John sent me. I know it's part of cleaning out the computer, but fuck it. I just want to play a little bit of it.
We're supposed to believe before you do that Howard's not
Yes,
aware
Sundance,
of much
you're
of this
correct.
lecherous bullshit when he's hanging out with him in the Hamptons and that picture of them giggling together, hunched
I
over.
know.
Now he's acting all altruistic. Bullshit. Howard knows exactly what he is up
100%
to.
Beth would have done him.
Yep.
If she
Oh,
could,
absolutely.
oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Buyer's
1,000,000%
remorse.
Beth would have done him.
There are levels of people that people will do because Harvey Weinstein is at the top of the food
She
chain
would have.
in
she would
terms
have
of
even-
being able to further your
No,
career.
she would even have tongue his thighs.
Oh, fondles
right.
his thigh leg.
Hold on.
No,
I'm
tongue.
sharing. I'm
Tongue his
sharing.
thighs.
Just for everybody to remember. Just for
Okay.
everybody to remember
All right, what you got?
how Howard
How?
was so
You got it.
entertained by Harvey.
There you go. This is
There
what
you
this is what I'm
go.
talking about. That's the picture. What do you think he's talking
Yep,
about?
there it is, and with the barnacle right in the middle as far
Botox barnacle right there.
Botox barnacle.
Sarah
Yeah,
said
man.
on the Deppening that the Jennifer Lawrence fappening pictures are in fact sent to Harvey. That's the rumor of where they were actually from when her phone got hacked.
Jeez.
How do we know that though?
I
Is
don't.
that
That's the
provable?
rumor going around. I don't know if anyone in the chat heard that too.
It's around the campfire.
Yeah.
You know, now is a good time to really do a deep dive into the fappening. I
You
mean,
know
not
what?
us as a show,
Okay.
but
Work with
Yeah.
me. Look
Yeah.
at both of those dudes' eyes. Look in the
which
in the
one?
nose.
Which dude? Which one?
Howard and Harvey. Look at both
Yeah,
of them. They
dead
kind of have
eyes.
the same kind of puss. If you really,
You know what that
I thought you were
comes
talking
from?
about the other
Honestly.
dude. Beef.
So you know the way Jews work, right? There's Ashkenazi and then there's Syrian. I'm
I have
Sephardic.
no idea.
Right. Okay.
Sephardic.
So there's Ashkenazi and there's Sephardic. And Sephardic are the ones who come from the more Arabic lands. So they
Arabic,
tend to be a little bit darker, a
So
little
those are
bit
the ones that are
more
cool with Kanye.
Those are a little bit
Right.
more swarthy looking. The Ashkenazis are all the European ones who
That's the one
have a
Kanye's
lot of
don't like.
Russian in their genes, and that's why a lot of times they will have kind of like those really kind of tiny, almost Chinese looking
I learned
eyes.
something today.
Beady.
Oh, that's and Ida, back me up on this.
What's
Because
what's
this is-
Beefus's excuse?
Beavis has no excuse for looking that
Abort
fucking
this
ugly.
discussion, X.
And if I
Tiger Lily
recall
wears that stuff.
correctly, I think that was like a $1,400 dress that she wore that day, and it couldn't be uglier if she tried. It
I
really
mean,
couldn't be
You know
uglier.
what that looks like? Something you'd like see in Tetris.
It's just disgusting.
It's just kind
It's
of
awful.
It's really awful.
Tetris.
It's really awful. So let's swing back to
Okay.
a fine day.
So
back
where did
in
he
the
put his
day.
taint?
It taints
Still
there.
Taint would,
paint his
would no
asshole,
longer
paint
be
his
relevant. I
balls.
mean, it wouldn't be accurate because it's like
No, true.
So let's
his
study
balls are-
this picture before we start the this. So we have
Oh, boy.
Aerosmith dude over here who took his chunky daughter with him, I guess, to the party, right?
This
and then
is
you have
there's a
Patriots
Robert
dude
Kraft.
right there.
Robert Kraft.
Robert Downey Jr. back here
Yes.
on the left. So right, so these are all the
Steve Tyler. Look at Steve Tyler.
This is
What a fucking
this is
mess that dude is.
a mess,
Oh, he's
and then
messed
all the rest of the detritus was up here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody
This
else.
is the first table. So these are the most important people to Howard at this
Right.
table.
So
Lest you
this is
think
just
otherwise.
interesting so that you can see some of the people that
They
were
put
there. Let me
this-
just make sure I have this at the right volume. All right, here we go.
I made sure to include James Dolan, Monique.
Let's see who else we got here. Oh, I don't know who those people are. There's,
I made sure to
I
include.
see him already.
there's
Yeah.
Harvey,
there-
yeah, right there.
there's that big monster.
like Kimmel said, everybody.
How did he sit on those balls? Did he? Did
Yeah.
you
No,
think
they're
they
on
were
the side.
placed
Well,
in
they're
the
on the
right
sides,
spot?
right?
There's Rob Zombie. There's Barbara Walters. There's David Spade.
Wow.
Oh, I like
Jules
this
next
little
to her.
who's who.
Here, but I think you've mentioned two people off the bat that
Who's that?
Where? I don't
This
know.
lady
That's I don't know.
Benjamin.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
And who's this next to Harvey? Oh, is that what's his
Uh,
face?
Oh, that's what's his
God,
name?
I don't-
What's the guy that?
Oh
got
no,
his
no, the
SNL?
guy that got in the accident.
Yeah,
with,
what's his
Oh,
name?
Tracy Morgan's behind.
Tracy
Tracy
Morgan.
Morgan.
Thank you.
Tracy Morgan.
Yes,
But the-
yes.
the
Who's in the
woman on-
cowboy hat? Who's in the cowboy hat back there? All right, let's see if we can see more.
Kid,
25
no,
years
it's
ago,
not.
if you would have said that a legend
Fred.
like Barbara Walters.
Oh, there's Will
Fred
Armisen. Fred Armisen.
Fred
Yeah.
Armisen, yeah.
Fred
John
Armistead.
John McEnroe.
John
is
McEnroe,
behind, yeah.
Right over here. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. This
Wow,
is
really?
Greenstein. No, not Greenstein.
Yes, no, you're right. That's exactly
That
right.
is Greenstein. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
right.
okay, okay. By the way, did anybody call Barbara Walters on the death pool because she's about to go? I guarantee she's
Darn,
gone. by
I don't have her.
January.
Babs.
Walters as a broadcaster. If you're a celebrity interview, which I
Why
think
is it
most
echoing?
people think you are, the woman who invented it is here paying tribute. I'm going to hand her the mic.
Barbara, I'm so honored that.
And yet here he is, still
No.
celebrating.
Wait, I was gonna let me see who there was some
I
other
was
people.
jumping around, Winnie, because I wanted to. Okay, to the right, that's James Dolan. That's how Howard gets his Knicks seats. That's
Holy
the owner of
shit, that
Madison
is
Square
James
Garden.
Dolan.
Yeah, that's him. And a shitty band. There's Larry King on Probst's left.
Wow.
Where am I seeing? Oh, right here.
Right
Yes.
Right
yes.
there, that's Larry King.
Oh, what is
Yeah.
this? Looks like Steve Martin in a weird way, but I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
I can't.
No, I know,
No,
I know,
not
but
then.
it just
Gotta be
looks like him
somebody
a little bit. Okay, let's keep going.
Is that Spacey on his right?
There's Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, Robin. Oof.
There's
Oof,
Harvey
wow.
Weinstein.
That's
He's
right.
single-handedly going to get rid of guns in this country. Look at him.
Gross.
Howard's buddy.
Oh.
There's your best
Yeah.
friend.
Friend.
That did not age well.
I'm going to give the mic to
You
one
mean
of
to
the
tell
most
me he
beautiful
doesn't know what's
women
going
here.
on?
Look
Having
at
him in
that
the
guy.
front row like that. There's
This
Downey.
is the epitome of your worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like to even visualize this on top of you would be my worst fucking nightmare ever.
I can't see the ladies
Okay, that's the
liking
end.
that.
That's the end of that.
What you broads won't do for a Miramax role.
Jesus.
Doesn't surprise me at all. There's much more
Come on.
big cretins
Come
in
on,
him.
Gwyneth did it. You can do it too.
If Gwenny can do
Wow.
it, we can do it.
That list is crazy. It's all actresses that have sort of vanished. It's like Heather Graham and Mira Sorvino and all actresses that kind of were big in the 90s and just vanished. at
But
the
you
same
know who
time.
Heather Graham
Didn't he
is, and
blackball
you know
Rose
who
McGowan,
Vera
too?
Sorvino
Or some shit
is.
like that?
Rose
What?
McGowan.
Rose McGowan, right? She was
Rose
part of that.
McGowan, who
And obviously, what's it? Courtney Love was part of that.
Yeah,
Courtney Love, really?
Yeah, she
Oh,
came
look, she's
out.
the one that warned the world.
Yes.
Famously.
Yeah.
She
Courtney
famously
Love
warned
warned
everybody.
the
She do
world.
enough
Yes,
damage
she
by
did.
killing Kurt Cobain. I mean,
Yeah, thank you, C-137 and Tiger Lily. Yeah, the Jennifer Lawrence room that Sarah told me about. It's out there predominant. I mean, they told me it's out. It's kind of circulating that the fat.
But wasn't Jennifer Lawrence like a kid when she started kind of acting?
Nah, early 20s.
Like in the Lovely Bones, was she like?
Yeah.
She was like 16 or something,
She's
right?
30 now.
Broken out. A video of a rock
That was a long
star
time ago, though.
wanting to be Titan.
we're listening.
About the movie Titan.
Hold on, let me just play this for you guys real quick. I thought it was
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, Louis C.K.'s at that too, Jeremy.
Oh, of course he was.
He doesn't talk to him anymore, but he's certainly there. I should have given you that too.
Okay, I just pulled this real quick so you can hear it.
In fact, Monique,
And-
Matt Lauer and CK are in the same frame on stage.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Titan.
Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party and Four Seasons steps out.
If Harvey Weinstein invites you to a party at the Four Seasons, don't go. That's what she said. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay. So we do have a couple of Harvey Weinstein clips. I only have another 4 clips to do. So let's go through them. We'll talk about HBO a little bit too, because I have some other stuff pulled up here for us.
Yeah, I
and
have
then we
some.
can go
I have
back
some.
to Harvey.
I found some stuff on HBO today.
Oh, and I got a whole bunch. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff for us too.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Howard talking about how he really wants to leave for Florida, and that his lovely wife doesn't want to go. So here we go.
But it's so fucking cold, and I bought a place down in Florida a couple of years ago. A lot of years ago, I think back in 2012 or something like that, 2013. But I said to her last year, I am never spending another cold winter in New York. Yesterday, I was miserable. We went for a walk. I could not warm up the rest of the night. I had a headache.
Because you're fucking anorexic. That's
Oh,
all.
He got cold before he left. How's he doing?
And I said to Beth, let's go. No, I want to spend Christmas in New York. I go, why? I just love it. I go,
What do you love? What do you love, Beth?
you know.
Famous people.
And she's not that
I'm really
religious.
surprised to see you in New York still today.
I know.
thought you would have left yesterday afternoon.
I would. I said to my wife, what are we doing? Why can't I leave?
Okay. So, and I don't know what the impetus for this is. I mean,
I can tell you.
go ahead, Dennis.
So in the
Tell us.
thread, it was brought up that now it is cool for the
Yes. Oh, they're right hangs out
celebrities
for
to
Christmas
go out
in the
to the
Hamptons.
Hamptons for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That's right.
So Beefus is trying to weasel its way into a party so it can mingle
Or
with-
there's going to be people out there so that she
Right.
can invite people over and all
Right.
that bullshit. Yeah.
which is insane because honestly, the last place I would ever want to be in December would be out on Long Island.
Why
I
wouldn't
mean, I
that
love New York City in Christmas, Christmas
but
time.
not Long Island. I mean, it's
But not Long
damp, it's cold.
Oh, Dennis,
I
you
mean-
haven't seen Mastic Shirley in mid December?
Right,
Yeah, I
strolling on the
know.
beach in the
Dude,
wet
it's
rain.
best. Better than New York City.
Oh
Because
yeah.
that's because Dennis only has one chimney.
And-
If you had 17 chimneys, they're burning.
10
You burn
Santa
half the
Clauses.
fucking Amazon in those fuckers.
Exactly.
Nice and toasty.
Working that carbon footprint like nobody else.
Exactly.
And why doesn't that?
See,
why doesn't
who's
that
laughing
glorify-
now? One chimney or 17 chimneys?
Yeah, exactly. What,
Why
Johnny?
doesn't that agoraphobe worrying about the specific temperature if you're staying in all the time?
Ex-
If all you're
exactly.
doing is hibernating,
Thank you,
why
John.
are we
Thank
why
you.
are we worrying about temperature? Should
You
it
never
matter
leave
if
the
you're not
fucking
leaving the
house.
Right?
No, leaves the
Yeah,
house.
no.
Tiger
Yeah.
Lily. Tiger
But-
Lily, 1 chimney, 7 driveways.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, let's listen to why Beth. I don't know why he was continuing the conversation, but I just made it into a separate clip so that we can hear
I'm
it.
so skinny. I'm so cold. I'm so thin. I'm so cold.
So chilly.
Go down to Florida. I'm cold. And the cold never used to bother me that much, but I'm no spring chicken anymore. And That's what you do. You go warm up. And but she won't go. So what am I going to do? I keep bringing it up, and she gets angry with me.
Well,
So,
you've got a couple more weeks, I guess.
You guys hear Fred right there earning his money?
More than
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. This is Marty Shaw Jr.
That's with Selena.
This is about 5 weeks away.
No, then I think she's going to stay a little longer, she says. So I got to
Oh.
do what she says. She's the boss.
so
She goes,
you
"I
gotta
wear the
do what
pants in
she
this family."
says.
I go, "Well, I
He's so
can't argue
pussy
with that.
whipped.
I have to kill a
So,
spider. I call my wife.
She's the boss of this
Pablo,
house.
so Pablo the pool boy is hanging around New York, huh?
Jeremy, I like the idea of being
You
convinced
know?
that Beth is banging someone in the New York
Why
area.
not?
do like
I don't
that.
blame her. She should.
I
I
wouldn't
think
blame her.
so.
Yeah.
Now we know who wears the strap on in that house.
Yeah, well, we always knew who was
Yeah,
strap
we
on
always
in that
did.
house. But you know what's I had a thought about this and now I can't even remember what I was gonna say about her staying local. Oh, so when is Ashley getting married exactly?
She has. Did
Like-
he announce a date, Dennis? Any kind of
No, he never announced
take
the
on it?
date.
We'll never know. We'll never know. It'll come just.
But he did say it was soon, so
How did he present Deborah's wedding? How did
He
he
didn't.
frame? Was it like months
He
after
didn't.
she got married? He blurbed it out in this throwaway line. Remember?
I feel like he did it in passing because somebody wound up putting the
After.
pictures of
We
the
found a
wedding
picture, right?
online,
Right.
and
Was
so
Howard
then
there?
he figured he might as well talk about it.
Right.
But I don't think
So-
he talked about it during the time.
No,
Oh
I
no.
definitely.
I'm sorry. Didn't she get married out in California? And
Yes.
then don't you remember he said he was going to he was
went.
going north to in California. He was going to Northern California for a little while.
With no detail
Then
whatsoever.
he was going to see Jimmy Kimmel afterwards.
Yes. Yes.
So
Right.
he did the wedding thing, probably spent the weekend there, and then went down to California.
So
to
And he
Mo.
LA.
changed his schedule or something that
Yes,
year.
yes, he did. Yes,
So
yes,
Mo.
Savior. Yes, Savior.
So she got married to an Asian guy, right? But then 30 minutes later, she got married again.
Was that a Chinese
okay.
food
So
truck?
I feel like
Oh,
he might be
wow.
Filipino.
That was really
or-
bad. I'd like to apologize to
That was
Is that a
everybody.
you
Chinese
should
food
apologize
joke?
in
Next.
advance. You should apologize in advance for that. That was
I
really
apologize
But he
profusely.
makes like trays or something, right? Like
He makes like live wood type of
Live wood. He's a tree.
live wood. Live wood means that it's kind of like a not a well honed edge. So it's actually
trays
does
out of wood.
the it traces the actual feeling of the piece of wood. So it's kind of
I have
wavy.
no idea what you're talking
What's
about.
wrong with you people? Live
he
wood.
makes an
We're-
unfinished
we're,
piece of
uh,
wood tray that you can buy.
Sorry,
makes an
I'm too
unfinished
bourgeoisie.
Jesus Christ.
Dennis, have you heard him say Deborah's name on the air specifically? Just Deborah.
Huh?
When's the
No,
last time you've
no.
heard that? I haven't heard it either.
No, he
He
hasn't.
said
no.
Emily because of the funeral, and she
Emily
officiated.
and Ashley. He says, yeah.
I have not heard Deborah's name because that
Deborah,
what would do?
no.
You'd have the it'd be like a temptation where the grandkid, not that it would come up, but it would just bring up that kind of atmosphere, and you would just want to avoid it.
Which dress, G Canada? How much would that dress on beef cost? Are you talking about her wedding dress? Are you talking about the ugly dress in the Harvey Weinstein thing? Which one are you talking about? Let me know and I shall tell you. Okay,
Wait,
let's move on.
C-137.
Yes.
Deborah's husband runs
Japanese.
India Designs.
Yeah, we don't have to look it up now. No need to dig into the kids right now. But yes,
This
he
is
has a
weird.
design
Kids.
company.
Look at Tim
Kids,
Sullivan's
they're
coin,
adults.
Kids.
Rick's grandmother is
This is
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's good.
Thank you, Chaka Khan. Deborah clearly has told him not to talk about me, my husband, or my kid ever.
Something's
Yeah, I'm
going
sure
on.
that's true. Well,
Deborah
don't
hates him.
forget the famous us posting the picture of the baby debacle.
That's what
which
got
was,
Yeah, let's
channel.
not
which
do
was the
that.
ultimate ruin of Radio Gunk.
So Deborah went Will Smith on him. Keep my name out of your mouth.
It was
at your
worth it though.
mouth. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. And I tried to conceal the baby. Remember, I put Howard sunglasses on it and a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's
You know
right.
what? We were out of our minds
It
back
almost
then.
worked.
We were
It
out of our
almost
minds
worked.
back then. At least we didn't wish cancer
We've
on
evolved.
anybody in the fucking family, or wish horrible things befall them, like the fucking
Exactly. I
Warren
haven't
has
wished
done
any of
his
the kids
entire life.
get cancer or
Oh
become.
my
drug
god, I don't
addicts.
wish anything on any of them. I don't really
Stalking
Never.
Rosie
Exactly.
O'Donnell's
Not like
kids.
you did.
And we love Cody Gifford.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love Cody Gifford. What's he doing these days? Dennis, can you pull up a picture of Cody Gifford these
He's
days?
a
I'd
big
like to
old dude.
see
He's
it.
like
Some
6'5".
nepotism
I
movie
Yoked and
TV,
shit.
Monique. He's doing really well. Kathy
he?
Lee crowbarred him into something.
Did he
I
wind
can't
up
remember.
becoming a friend of Dorothy, or is he just like a
No, I
regular
don't
kid?
No,
think
he's
so.
like a regular dude. like a-
Awesome,
like a-
awesome. Good for him. All right, we're going to get into a little HBO talk, which is probably going to take us into the remainder of the show
Yeah.
today. As Dennis pulls up a
I
Cody
have some
Gifford
information on HBO I
picture
found.
for us.
Well,
Okay,
but,
that's
yeah.
good because I wanted to talk about it as well, but don't put that up yet because I do have some stuff. So
I have
just in
Cody
case-
Gifford though.
Oh, I want to see Cody Gifford.
Yeah, here is Cody Gifford right now,
As we
living
speak.
his best life. He
Uh,
looks a lot like his dad. He really does.
He does. He does. Oh, and this is sister Cassidy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
They definitely didn't get that Zuzazoo gene.
No, they did
Yeah,
not.
definitely not. No. But he's like what? Like he's like 6'4".
Big boy.
Yeah, he's a big
Kathy
dude.
Lee's very small though. She's a
Well,
person.
keep in mind, Frank Gifford was a big dude.
What's
he's
Cody?
taller
Gifford
than
was
his
not a little
dad.
guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to RFK Stadium.
So they're like a
Showtime.
normal. They're normal, unlike Howard's brood.
Well, because they were raised normal. They were
Yeah,
raised
exactly.
without psychos in the house. All right, so what we're going to talk about now is the HBO thing. So we want to get into that a little
Yeah.
bit. We have a couple of things to pull up in relationship to the HBO thing, and so we're going to throw that up from Twitter in just a moment. But
I have
you know,
something
here
else.
he is again trying to push for more HBO because now he's got this as his, you know, that's his fix. That's his fix. So let's do that a little bit.
Where else do you get a brilliant director announcing they want to suck Steven Spielberg's dick? Get HBO on the phone. They need to broadcast this one right after the Bruce Springsteen one. Yes, the excitement continues. I can't tell you how happy I am that the Bruce Springsteen interview will be on HBO. I should tell you that's going to happen Sunday, November 27th. When is that? Is that? No, that's
That
1
is
week from
the
this Sunday.
Yeah, the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
So we started our due diligence yesterday. All of us had looked around to see whether or not HBO had anything on there. Rupert Pupkin came on and said it was only on HBO Latino and somewhere else yesterday on the schedule. Then somebody had posted at RadioGunk.com that it was not there anymore, and it was just like a blank piece of
That was me.
screen. And then, oh, I know, Drew Show, I know. So there was this. Let me throw up. I just want to throw up a little bit of Twitter so that you can see a couple of things that are going on the HBO Max Twitter feed.
It was Incognito News, Monique, that sent us that tweet about the schedule. He had pulled up the, I guess it was DirecTV.
And then, okay, so yeah, you know what? Let's read the article first because that was actually where we found out some interesting information about it. So here we go. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, guys. I just have to get the right thing. Just give me a second here. Terribly sorry.
Benjamin says that Radio Gunk reruns are on BET.
106 in Park. I'm going to host it next week.
Awesome. So I noticed that these people did this thread here or this article, and then the video became unavailable. I can't imagine that HBO would ask them to take it down. Nonetheless, it says HBO presents in association with SiriusXM the Howard Stern interview, Bruce Springsteen, airing Sunday, November 27th. And then the official trailer was supposed to be below it right there. It says HBO presents in association with SiriusXM the Howard Stern interview, Bruce Springsteen. The interview features over 2 hours of intimate, in-depth conversation between Howard Stern and Bruce Springsteen, taking a candid look at Springsteen's musical, professional, and personal journey. The interview features several in-studio performances on acoustic guitar and piano, with Springsteen explaining the genesis behind many of his most beloved hits, including Thunder Road, The Rising, Born to Run, and many more. They also discuss Springsteen's new studio album, Only the Strong Survive, a collection of 15 soul music. Blah, 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 blah. The interview, which aired live on SiriusXM's Howard 100, took place at Howard Stern's SiriusXM studio in New York on October 31st, 2022. It is produced by the Howard Stern Production Company, Thrill Hill Productions, and SiriusXM. So I went then to the HBO Twitter feed so that we could see how they were promoting this whole thing. And so here we are. So Here, two legends, one unforgettable. Here, so this is it, just so you can
Bruce
see.
Springsteen is a few inches away from me, and I'm starstruck. Do you have a song in your head every day?
No. Years will go by with nothing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. First thing you want is a good metaphor or a good title. You got to imagine. It's like anything else. You have to take your mind there and hope that your ass will follow. Roll, thunder roll, sit tight. Take hold.
Copyright.
Public domain.
Really got me to cry on the air. It's the first time ever.
Do you see what's going on behind Howard here, by the way? Do you see
No, I
all
don't
this
see anything
fucking-
right now. We
We're
see
just seeing
nothing.
audio.
We see
Oh.
us.
We're
Hi.
seeing
Yeah.
audio. Get it? Get it?
Motherfuck, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you say something? I'm sitting here watching
We
it.
didn't know what you were.
Yeah,
about.
no.
Look what goes on. Look what
Nobody
goes on behind
knew.
him. Hand
Can you blow
sanitizer.
that
Hand
out? Can you hit the little-
sanitizer.
Can you make it bigger?
Yes, I can, sir.
Thank you. Well, you can
There
hit the
we go.
little. Oh, okay.
And tissues.
Got a wife and kid in public domain.
Let me play it again. then.
Bruce Springsteen is a few inches away from me, and I'm
It's
starstruck.
echoing because you're focusing.
Do you have a
on it.
song in your head every day?
No. Years will go by with
When he-
nothing.
Really?
What, babe?
It's doubling over because you're sharing it and you don't need to share it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Oh, right. I just wanted to show you,
You know
guys.
what?
the
Actually,
video.
that might skirt the copyright thing.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's too
true.
late. I already played that. But okay.
What if you lower
Nonetheless.
the pixelization, Monique?
I don't even really
Look at that
care.
Look
wig,
at that,
dude.
man. Look at. I mean, that
Look
is
at that
that
wig,
is that is,
man.
and that wig. Holy shit, that wig
He
looks.
showed
looks
up
like-
looking really special, huh?
You know what he
Jesus
looks like?
Christ! What is going on with that wig?
He looks like if you shaved Chewbacca's face.
So
It
here's
looks. It honestly looks like you put it on in the dark. I didn't know which way was front.
Exactly.
But honestly, could he dress more inappropriately for something? And this is the
Right.
whole reason he went into the studio, because
Right.
he knew already that this was going to be something that they were going to try and put onto another
100%.
channel, right? So this got 44,000 views. It got 1,147 likes
it?
and 184 retweets. So
Wow,
let's just
that's
go
pretty
down
bad.
just one snurch. 1 hour earlier was something called San Paulo. Okay. And
Paulo.
this is something.
Hey, it's a Mandalorian. Oh, the last
It
episode
is,
was pretty
isn't it?
cool.
I think this
video
thing is
game?
really
No
good.
way.
Nonetheless, 56,400 views.
The Mandalorian is better
So
than Howard.
yeah, Mandalorian trumps Howard.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that HBO is doing. Lizzo, he mentioned her today. I wonder
Oh.
why. And I think he's supposed to be
Here we
having
go.
She's supposed to
her
be in
in
sometime in December.
sometime
probably.
soon, right? So all of
Yeah,
a
the 1
sudden,
week.
here's a little Lizzo tie-in, right? All of a sudden, this
She
is
needs
Supposed
to
to believe he's
that's-
equal in
As
all
Yucko,
Neil
as
Young.
Yucko would say, well, isn't she precious?
Here's some little Asian chick who does comedy, 45,500 views.
Nice
Same
hair.
shit. Christmas Story. Just it's really it's nothing that people are going like bananas or ape shit about. Let's be honest.
No, they're not.
Shaquille,
So,
4-part
Look at that.
documentary series.
almost 400,000. Holy shit!
Monique,
Okay.
can I have this
That's
shut
pretty
up?
popular guy.
I know, much more popular than the wig. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I,
that's-
Look at the whole Shaquille.
Kazam is better than Private Parts.
absolutely.
That's what you, by the way,
Thank you, Benjamin.
I really enjoyed Don't Worry, Darling. I really did. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed that. All right, I'm going to shut this down.
Okay.
So yeah, so that was the Twitter presentation. And then, and I know you have information, right? You were going to talk about something? All right, go for
Yeah.
it.
All right, so I did some digging today about HBO, and turns out HBO lost, and you're gonna love this, $3 billion with a B dollars last year. In the last fiscal year, they lost $3 billion.
Yeah, but how much did Netflix lose? Didn't Netflix lose a couple of billion?
But nevertheless, what happened is now Warner Discovery is like, we can't have that, so they're cost cutting massively. I
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
posted the article. They're cost cutting massively.
What do
So
you
what I'm
attribute it to,
thinking-
Dennis? Overpaying superstars?
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
projects?
They spent $7 billion on content and they lost $3 billion. Oops.
Oopsie.
How come we can't
Oopsie.
get some of that shit?
So I'm having a feeling that John Malone, because this is what Liberty Media does, they go in, just that's how they got serious. And they kind of like worm their way in. So I'm guaranteeing that he is presenting Howard on there and giving them money and having him put the show on there. That is, I honestly think that's what's happening because they have no money to pay Howard right now.
Do you
They're
remember
broke.
the initial HBO Max push? How crazy they were promoting
Mhm.
that? There was nowhere you could go where they weren't pushing
Right.
that on you. And I think they thought that was going to explode. And I remember when it first came out, it was horribly launched. You couldn't get it, and it wasn't on most of the street. Like if you had Roku and all that shit, it wasn't on. It wasn't available to like 75% of the
Correct.
potential streaming audience. It was a disaster.
Oh, they are utterly, and I guess the technical term is fucked. And so I can't imagine them paying Howard at this point. This is John Malone coming in with Liberty Media and trying to angle his way in to get a piece of this. That is
There's-
literally 100%.
Then there's no reason for Howard to be on board with it. Why would Howard be on board with it?
Because
Thanks,
he
Jeremy.
wants his Emmy. That's all you have to do is
And
service
relevance.
his ego.
He
You service
absolutely
his
wants
ego,
his
and it
Emmy.
doesn't
It's also
matter.
the double dipshit theory because
Exactly.
this is the easiest thing he can do without having to do anything. Just
No work.
repackage it, put it in the
I will
microwave
bet-
oven, give
Can
it
you
to
pull
HBO
this
Max.
up, Dennis, by any chance? Yes, Ruba Puckin
article?
posted an article about how HBO Max removed shows which had 0 views. I'd be interested in knowing what shows had 0 views. HBO Max is just the hyper pumped HBO that combines.
I have
all the
I have
best
just a
of-
basic article.
If it's in the he posted it. So I
My-
just did a little digging on the Howard Stern production company, which has nothing to do with 112 Productions. It's a completely different company.
Yeah,
And so I looked them up just so we could see who they are and what they do. Howard Stern Production Company is located in New York. This organization primarily operates in the television film production business within the motion picture sector. This organization has been operating for approximately 28 years. Howard Stern Production Company is estimated to generate $278,000 in annual revenue and employs approximately 8 people at this single location, which is on West 40th Street somewhere. Let's see. Employees 8. Established in
8?
1994. And that's really it. And so that's basically who they are. They probably are only used. They were only used for Howard on Demand for the longest time, and then I guess now for this is what they're being used for. Not really sure.
So all right, I found an article. So in the art, you want me to share it
Yeah,
again?
I do. Just give me 1 second. Let me just do this one really, really quickly so we can
Okay.
just finish this off. Howard Stern Production Company. Howard Stern is the president of it and Duck Buchwald agent.
No
period.
shit, really?
That's what you got. Distribution deals within In Demand and Sirius XM Radio. The credits include Howard Stern E! Show, Son of a Beach. What's Doomsday?
That
don't know, what is
cartoon, it's supposed to be like the Howard Stern high school thing, right?
I don't
Or some
know.
shit like that.
I don't
No,
know
I've
what
never heard of
Doomsday is.
Doomsday.
No, I did. I remember that. It was a cartoon.
Okay. The Howard Stern Archives, Howard TV. So that's pretty much all the Howard Stern Production Company has done. Ida,
Not
thank
much.
you so much. We love you. I think he's been talking about the girls a lot lately. By girls, you mean daughters? Is that what
Yeah,
we're
he's
talking
been talking about Emily and Ashley a lot lately.
Yeah, it's
Deborah,
kind
not
of
so much.
Interesting.
You know what?
Deborah,
With the
not so
wedding
much.
coming up, I guess he's
Yeah.
trying to.
I
you
think.
know, and once Ben died, he probably got together with all of them, and
Nah,
Monique, you
that's
want to
giving
call
him too
the
much
production
credit.
company phone number? See what happens.
you can.
I don't. Where you got it up?
Hold on. I already shut it. God
All
damn
right,
it.
don't worry about it. Don't worry. Do it.
Shellback's
You'll find
Club doubts that Howard would give away his firstborn to fucking get an Emmy. No, he would.
Yeah, he would.
Absolutely. Well, Emily's pretty
Emmy
worthless, isn't
means
she?
everything to him at this point. An award means everything to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need money anymore. He really doesn't.
It somehow legitimizes his precious brand of throwing baloney at women's asses, which is all you should know him for. You're not artistic. You don't have a brand. You have no
Exactly.
creative spirit whatsoever, unless Jackie's
Painting
ready.
random tits with a, you know, with
Painting
a
of
clover.
painting of the boobs on.
The only
St.
thing
Patrick's Day.
artistic we've seen is "I Want to Feel the Sun."
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Sorry.
What did you say?
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game.
You know the funniest thing about that is, I have to tell you, you know the way Howard seriously still doesn't know the words to American Nightmare?
Yes.
I don't know the words to that song. Like, we
I
play it
do.
all the fucking time, but all I know is I want to feel
Down
the
on
sun. That's
Planet X, yeah.
all I've got. That's
The
all
best
I got.
line in the song is, "We'll turn on the game."
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues.
Stop muting me!
I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
Okay, nobody needs you busting in. You're supposed to be on mute when that's playing.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm respectful. I don't tell you to mute.
We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and it's all this or that. Somebody actually put pen to paper and wrote that lyric down. You know
That
what's my
is
favorite
deep.
thing about that thing? We talked about this off the air.
Well, I mean,
They managed to take pictures at 17 Squabble Lane without actually seeing 17 Squabble Lane. So it's all where you can't see any of Castle Gayskull. It's
That's
just
right.
walls and weird.
You know what's interesting? There are a couple of pictures I like dug into not that long ago from somebody that visited Castle Grayskull, and I don't know. I was just digging around, but I'll show them one day. I don't really want to bust up anybody's like information. But it was just an interesting thing. That's all. I have one last clip to play before we get into the Harvey thing,
Mr. D,
and
weird, man.
it has still to do with
You don't care about the
HBO.
HBO thing?
It was
About them
just
getting annihilated?
it was just a stupid. You know, he keeps taking all these phone calls with people with these throwaway comments about how he should be on HBO, and this is just the last one in that bunch.
Yeah. The Howard Stern interview, Bruce Springsteen on HBO and HBO Max, we should mention. So very excited about
Latino.
that. And yes, and I believe we should get
He has no idea what he's saying.
Quentin Tarantino speaking about Steven Spielberg on HBO Max as well. I'm ready for that too.
Yeah, see, he's gonna cling to this newfound
shiny new thing, goldfish brain. And I warn you, you have been warned, HBO. Everything Howard touches dies, as Rick Wilson said about Trump. This will not end well. Every relation, he will sue you. There will be a lawsuit within 2 years. Mark my words.
Absolutely.
But then actually the bigger thing is that HBO is getting a lifeline from Sirius XM or Liberty Media with this. That's what this is all about. Because, I mean, they lost $3 billion in a year. I mean, $3 billion in a year. And
Okay, but how much did Netflix lose? That's what I'm wondering.
It doesn't matter.
I think
Netflix is different.
I think all of them lost because all of them started throwing a shit ton of money at a shit ton of shit.
But Netflix is not part of Warner Discovery. Warner is a very conservative company, and when they see a division losing $3 billion, their eyes are focused on them to go, you need to cut your fucking cost.
Well, yeah, some heads are going to roll for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. But Sirius XM and Liberty Media especially, comes in. This is how they do things. They come in. That's how they got Sirius. They come in and they start helping, and that's what they're doing with this. I have a feeling they're gonna get HBO. I have a feeling they're gonna buy it. I just had that weird feeling.
As long as they don't touch Rick and Morty.
Exactly. Don't fuck with
Young Justice is my favorite show on HBO.
Don't fuck with my Game of Thrones. Don't fuck with my Rick and Morty.
Whatever works, they keep. Because
Do you
they're
think,
pretty smart about the way they do things.
Hey, Mo, honest question. Do you think you think Howard uses Emily's login to watch Euphoria?
Yes, I think that's absolutely right. I think
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I bet he's such a cheap bastard. I guarantee he uses like Emily's login.
I think Emily uses his. All right. That's the end of my clips for today. Do we want to go
That's all?
into? Yes.
What do you mean that's all?
This is a shitty show. What do you want?
That's all we got. It
15
was a
minutes too
shitty
long.
show. The best part about the interview with Neil Young is that he literally got up to pee twice during the interview.
Prostate problems, huh?
It didn't end until, let me see, it started at, I took
11:15, right?
11:15 is when it ended, and I have a picture of when it started, which was at, hang on a second.
It would have
Riley
been really
Martin was
funny
still
if
around.
his mic was
get
still
deleted
alive when he's
already.
taking a piss like a naked gun.
The Riley Martin teaser.
Farting.
It
Where he's
started at
just pissing for like 2
9:04.
minutes.
It started at
Jesus
9:04.
And ended
So
at
yeah, it's
11.
another 2 hours and 15 minutes of this stuff. So where do you want to start with the cleaning out of the computer? Please hold, and I will give you a little like taste.
Cleaning out the computer.
Like this, doing a nice, just moving along. I like this 10
So-
clip kind of night. Yeah.
No
Dennis.
calendar. Huh?
Well, is there
We should do that
anything?
at the very end since
Oh,
we're
okay.
coming
Yeah.
to.
So the thing is, people were talking on the thread about how old Young is, but you know what? He's
How
not even
old
close
Young
to the
is?
oldest.
What?
He's
Oh, how old Young
Neil
is.
Young
Okay,
is. He's
gotcha,
only
gotcha.
like what 77,
Only?
and
He's my
only
mother's age.
exactly. But the thing is that Jane Fonda was 83 when she came on.
Yeah, I don't know what he's working towards.
80
really.
fucking 3 years old.
What's Neil's middle name? Ain't?
Neil ain't young. That's right.
Neil ain't young.
Where do we want to start with the cleaning? Okay, let me just tell you what I have so that you know what I have. I'm not sure I want to go into. You sent me a million fucking things, John. I don't know where.
I knew you'd have. I knew it would be bereft today, and I got these requests for Leno. With Leno, I don't know where you start and where you end. It's everything. He's been bashing Leno. Every show since years and years and years. You just go anywhere and you find some good
The
stuff.
90s, the mid 90s.
Lay down.
Okay, well, how about we just really quickly do the two good Harvey Weinstein clips, like
Well,
Harvey
there's only
Weinstein
one.
on the cat and the Cowsting Couch, because you made a point of sending that to me.
Right?
Yeah,
we
that
can
was
play
the
that.
one. I mean, it was one, and it was from the interview when he had Weinstein on in 2014, and that's how he got invited to the birthday bash. And he talks about this eerie foreshadowing of the Me Too
Thank
stuff,
you,
like Howard
Sunflower.
doesn't know. Thank you,
Thank
Sunflower.
you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Gobble gobble.
Here you go. Gobble, 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 gobble. Okay, so can I play that one
Yeah.
before we go into HBO stuff? Okay, let's do this.
Sitting at the table. I mean, it must be great to be the king.
Feel like you're at a party.
Meryl Streep was at my table. Julia Roberts was at the table. Taylor Swift was at. These are all nominees from our company.
Yeah.
Jim Dolan was at the table. The guy who owns Madison Square Garden is a good buddy of mine.
Does he invest in Tremont? I mean, before you got married, your wife is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And by the way, how old are you now? 61?
Yeah.
How old are you now? Is that a 1-year-old?
I have a 8-month-old.
That couldn't have been your idea. The fuck is that? Are you?
I can't believe she fucked him enough to have a child.
Starlet in Hollywood.
All you need is one.
I mean, well, rewind that one.
Did you ever get to?
I have a 8-month-old.
That couldn't have been your idea. The fuck is that? Are you
everywhere?
Why not stay single? I got to figure every starlet in Hollywood wanted to at least blow you. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever get to experience the
So creepy.
mogul aspect? I mean, do a little coke, hang out with
Knowing what we know.
Julia Roberts, give you a hand job, something. You never got any of that.
Howard, as you know only too well, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't really.
No, I'll tell
How
you.
does it work, you fucking cunt face?
For the actors.
No,
You don't think Howard knows how it works?
if she's a competent actress, if she could get on your good side, you could make her a star over fucking night. Don't tell me it doesn't work.
Howard,
that way.
I wish the movies are too expensive, the risks are too great. It doesn't happen that
You
way.
can't walk into the room,
Wow.
pull your pants off, and say, "Okay, honey, let's talk."
John Frank and I,
Wow.
great director.
Yes.
Just, we were born
The
way
whole time?
we were born
Way
we
too
were
late.
way too late.
Because I've read about the great moguls, like the Louis B. Mayers and
Those
stuff.
guys, yeah.
got blowjobs.
These guys, I assume. But these really, I hate to disappoint
It's
you.
not even
I
fun
know a few
anymore.
famous directors. I've asked them the same question.
Directors is different because directors can make the decision.
I'll
on
tell you,
cast.
though, but I know.
Yeah, so can you, cunt face?
Embarrassing. But I've talked to them all.
Disgusting, gross man.
They never really got
Fatty
How do you
McFat
feel about it,
Roasty.
Mouth
Isn't how
Gross?
eerie is
Yeah,
that? I mean,
don't hold
knows,
back.
Howard knows exactly that's a leading question if I ever heard it, and he's hoping to get him. He knows exactly what he's doing.
And not only that, but they do. I mean, you know, and you have women like Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts who are deeply committed to excellent causes, and Charlize Theron. I mean, all these incredibly
She's a
beautiful
great
women.
beauty, Charlize
Not only are
Theron.
they great beauties, but they're so bloody intelligent and brilliant. You find a girl like that, you don't want to do stupid shit. You want.
Yeah. But every other girl, every other waitress, every other struggling artist, every other young, naive actress, you have no problem with having your fucking personal assistant tell them Mr. Weinstein would like to see you up in his hotel room and
Ooga.
then not let her out of the fucking room and basically date rape her and this disgusting, vile man. Just
He
makes
couldn't
me
pull
ill.
that shit on the super duper A list because they have nowhere to go. Right?
Okay.
You can only do it on when you're climbing the ladder, and it's
When you're
even the
desperate.
list. Lila Arciera, Rupert Pumpkin. That's a good. Howard should know.
Exactly.
He knows exactly what happened. Don't think he's
100%. Okay, honest question. Back when Howard and Beth met, Weinstein is in the table next to them. Beth can go either Howard or Weinstein at the time. Who would she pick?
Weinstein.
I think Weinstein in a
Me
heartbeat.
too. She wanted to be an actress. What's Howard going to do for an actress?
1,000,000,000% she would go for Weinstein.
112%.
There's not even hesitation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, where do we want to go next?
First of all, did Neil Young bring up Daryl Hannah at all today?
I don't think any
I
of
have
us
no
watched
idea.
it.
I didn't
Did you listen to the whole thing? That's his
No.
wife.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We
Well,
know
I gave
that.
you two clips of Daryl Hannah with Tarantino when she outs Howard. This is from yesterday.
Here's what I got. Howard goes on Leno's hospitalization.
Yeah, it's him.
Howard hates on Leno with Oprah. Howard hates on Leno with Oprah 2. Leno calls Howard about John 1 and 2. Howard goes on Leno's hospitalization 1. Quentin defends Roman. I'm keeping all of those. Kreischer and Dylan can't get on Howard Stern show. Howard lets Zolar call Chris Rock the N-word.
Yeah,
Hates Your Money and Gary Shandling. Entourage, Sacha Baron Cohen, Chris Rock. What am I looking for?
You didn't remember Daryl Hannah yesterday? Daryl Hannah with Quentin Tarantino that came in.
Yeah.
And Daryl Hannah basically calls Howard gay with Tarantino.
Yeah.
What are you giving me? Do you don't remember that?
It's not about oh, you know why? Because those were MP4s.
Don't tell
and when
me
I-
you fucking deleted it.
No, I have it right here. They were MP4s, and when I
They're in a
clicked
different
on
folder.
them, it's a different folder. But
They're
when I
in
clicked on
John
them,
Orange on page 2.
Gary preview page 9.
okay, I'm gonna go right to Daryl thinks Howard's gay. Okay.
Go to the two. There's two of them.
Okay. Daryl thinks Howard is
It's the
gay. One-
post interview. It's just like it. We played a version of this in a compilation, and I put the extended version of it because it's way better than just the little clip we played. It goes further, and then there's a post interview where they both think he's gay.
Okay, so let me do this. Hold on a second. Let me get my shit together here for you guys. All right, let me know if you can hear this. I'm probably not going to
go
be
as
able to
loud
do
as
the video, but just give me a
Did you work
second.
you out?
Can you hear that?
Working
Low.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, but
Low.
You're staring into the eyes of a JFK Jr., who is the world's sexiest man, even still.
He was
I mean, really the hottest guy ever, right?
absolutely.
Okay. Look at me. Are you repulsed? Where do I?
Well, first of all, you're hiding behind your glasses, so I can't really see you. You got this big old like microphone contraption.
Maybe if you had this face, you'd be hiding too. You'd be in quarantine. So when
yeah,
you
it brings
make
up quarantine. That was weird, right?
Yeah.
You already have to have an orgasm just from that, right? Because he's so good looking.
You know, I think you sound like you're gay or something.
I'm trying to talk. Wait a second. I'm trying to. Wait a second. I am trying to have girl talk with you here.
Howard, I always kind of thought you were like hetero, but like you seem obsessed with this.
No, because I'm obsessed with my own appearance. I know you look at me and you can't possibly be attracted to me when you've had John F. Kennedy Jr. We can't get past this as a couple.
You're never gonna get past it.
I can't get past this.
Daryl got a little jersey on. You're like, what are you, gay?
I don't believe right away.
Yes.
Right away, I show my insecurities and you attack me and call me gay.
I mean,
This is a disaster.
how close
No wonder
minded are
Jackie
you?
O didn't like you.
Oh my
For God's sakes, you're a vicious woman.
You know, I'm taking my meal and I'm eating it inside.
What did I do wrong?
No, but I mean, it seems to me like you have sort of an unhealthy obsession with my ex-boyfriend.
Well, all of that, yes. I do.
Well, it was
I want to
American,
understand.
American royalty. I mean, we're all obsessed.
I just think that it's so much easier for a woman to get off when a guy's that good looking because you're already there. You're just like, oh my God, we got to take off his clothes and I'm hot.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
dude.
work you up. I got to do all kinds of things.
Shut the light.
A strap on. Shut the lights.
Got a strap on?
There's no good way
Strap
to come out of
on.
that. There's no irony. She just thinks she's gay. Like it's not even. She straight up tells him. And the next one's about. It's a post interview, and I don't know if it's Ganji or Ben Bar, one of those guys on Howard T, the old E show, and they're interviewing Quentin and Daryl Hannah, and they follow up with that.
Okay, I need to put the video
Wow.
on. I don't care if it doubles up a little bit, but
Oh,
for
that's
this
fine.
one,
Put
I
it
think
up,
we
put it
need
up.
to
You just
do the
you
visual
just
on.
Make it as loud as you can.
You don't share it, and you'll be fine. If you don't present it, it'll be fine.
But I have to in order for you guys to see the video.
Okay.
What was the new system you bought? What's it called? Your new setup over there?
I don't know, but it's got lots of RAM. That's all I know.
Whoa.
Here we go.
That's all I got.
Nice.
Thank you, Jason.
Those look nice.
We have to do this twice.
You said you thought Howard was giving like a gay vibe.
Well,
No. The constant. No.
By the way, she seems a little high.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, she's incredibly high, but
yep.
That's a nice
Yeah.
rack.
As you're staring into JFK Jr.'s eyes as you're inside of him. All right. You know, I was like, no, after he said that the 5th time, I started getting woozy myself.
no, he seems obsessed with people he considers handsome.
It was the constant as you stare into his eyes. All right. It was like, dude, that's a little too descriptive. I've never quite gone there. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out to the show. Good to be here.
I think he needs a little therapy.
No. If he's gay, he should just go for it, man. All right. Howard, go the gay way.
Okay.
Wow.
She said he needs therapy. It's really a prophetically foreshadowing clip.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much.
Hey, Jason Dill over here.
Thank you, Mr. Pickle.
Mr. Pickle.
So
Wasn't he a
that was
point
kind-
guard for the Timberwolves?
By the way, how incredibly vile is Quentin Tarantino when you look at him?
Yeah, well, you're hearing the clips yesterday. What do you think of him now?
Oh, I cannot stand him.
A Polanska file.
Oof,
If
disgusting.
there ever was one.
Okay. Ida says, I happen to know JFK was crazy for her. His mother didn't like her at
Well,
all. I don't know.
Well,
She
look
seemed
at
really
her.
weirdly high. I mean, she was just kind of.
She's always like that.
What's
It
that
doesn't
about?
matter.
And then
She's
how
got
does she
that
wind up
earthy
with
kind of-
fucking Neil Young of all people?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he has
kind
a
of
lot of money.
Yeah, that's a
I don't know. That's
making
just
a
not
left
a,
turn at Albuquerque.
yeah. That's not a combination I would ever really see as
Daddy
being
problems. I mean,
together.
a
Well,
lot of daddy issues.
Yeah, well,
Super
she looks like
daddy
she's gotten
issues.
some. She looks like she's gotten some work done too. Hold
well,
on.
you know what? Say what you will about that choice, but she's at least she's not at the bottom of Martha Vineyard's fucking.
She's not. She's not
Yeah, she didn't go swimming in the middle of the night.
she looks a little weird. She looks a little.
Well, I mean, she's living on a farm out in the middle of nowhere, so
Yeah, I guess. You know what? She's
Oh,
allowed.
you know what?
They were
Someone
destined to
just
be
brought it up.
together.
It's true. She's actually she has Asperger's.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't know.
She does. You can look it up. Her and Dan Aykroyd have Asperger's.
Really? I
Mhm.
didn't
You
know
know,
that.
the thing is, she doesn't have to try hard because you look great next to him.
Oh my God! Yes. She almost looks like a thin. What's that chick that's in White Lotus? Who talks like like that?
But she has
was in Best
Patricia
in Show.
Arquette face too. She looks like Patricia Arquette
A little bit.
facially.
Yeah, it looks like she got a little work done. Little Daryl.
Probably.
She was quite the young
Right.
beauty
That's
by that one.
Dorian Morgan. That's the word. She's got a hippie voice. It's like the hippie
Yeah.
affect. That's
I
exactly what
guess.
she's doing.
Yeah, but she was a beauty.
Yes, she
Daryl.
was.
Kinda
Yes,
gay
she
or
was.
something.
Yeah, she's a cutie. Definitely a cutie. All right, yeah, so much for Daryl. Okay, so you can give me 2 more clips you want me to play before I wrap my shit show up for tonight.
You don't want to get the Leno?
Jennifer Coolidge?
I do want to
Is
do
that-
some Leno. So
let's go to the most akin to this Leno thing going on with the car explosion. I don't even know what is. So I forgot about this. Leno got hospitalized in 2009, and this is them dancing on his grave. And he had gets rushed to the hospital, and this is them goofing on Leno going to the hospital.
How
This is
goes
how
on
you
Leno's
really feel.
hospitalization?
Yeah. Part 1.
And this is in 09.
09.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
got it.
B.
Here we go. Eventually.
Hear nothing.
I know. Hang on.
What happened with Jay Leno?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, when we were off on Friday, Jay Leno. This is the funniest thing too. Jay Leno admitted himself into the hospital.
Yeah.
And I thought it was another one of these Jay Leno-isms where, they said to him, well, what's wrong? Yeah, stomach flu. The guy never takes off suddenly. And he says, listen to this. He goes, well, I booked myself right into a hospital because I don't have a regular doctor. I'm like, Jay Leno doesn't have a regular
You mean
doctor?
he doesn't get checkups? He doesn't have a doctor?
He has no doctor. It's such bullshit. I mean, the guy, what is with that guy?
So
Did he
does
always
he
have
have
to,
health insurance?
I mean, he's a liar. Remember he wrote a book and he stole some guy's whole bit? Like
Really?
He had a life experience that was somebody else's.
Steve Dahl.
Holy shit. Ratzo's personal story was the story that Howard used in his book
Forgot about that.
about getting beat up. Okay, we digress.
And how much did Vinny?
What, babe?
No, I was gonna say, how much did Vinny Favale write in the title he stole from Jackie Comes Again?
Oh my God! He
of it.
presented the book
Right.
almost as a fully fleshed out item.
And rumor is Judith Regan wrote the other
thing where Sandra Bernhardt, he supposedly tied her up in bed, but as it turned out, he heard the story from somebody else, and he went, "You don't mind if I burn it, do you?"
That wasn't
No, Sandra Bernhardt told us the story.
It wasn't Sandra Bernhardt.
was
No,
somebody-
Fred's confusing.
Okay.
But it was the necktie story.
Yeah.
But it was the necktie story.
Yeah. What it was that he tied up a girl. And no,
Wait,
that
what are
was
we
my
talking
story.
about?
He wrote a book.
The famous
Jay
story
Leno.
of the guy. But I mean, for Jay Leno to say he doesn't have a regular doctor, is that Jay trying to be like one of the people? You're going to tell me? I want proof that Jay Leno doesn't have a regular doctor.
I sure doesn't want to make sure he doesn't have insurance for us. That
I
he has
mean-
to.
But even have insurance, like you got a card, at the reception area. I got a card.
I'm like the people. I don't have insurance.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Why is he goofing on him about this? I don't even understand.
I don't understand
He hates him.
strange.
Because he hates him. We're trying to compare it to today when he's trying to act like he's in his corner. This is how
He's
this is
very
what he really
contrite.
feels.
Yeah, I want to know about the mystery illness.
Jay Leno came back on the Tonight Show, and he had his mystery illness, so he has to make jokes in the monologue. And I'm listening to this joke, and it's one hacky joke after another.
Oh, he's the hack.
But he sits there, and his basic job is to go, "Yeah, rat." And I'm thinking, as lame as that is, that's what Stuttering John aspires to be to Jay.
Right.
Jay's probably like, why can't Jay talk to me?
I can go right.
I say right. Why doesn't Jay 50% of the time talk to me? John's whole idea was that he was going to go out to Hollywood and be the guy who goes, right. Like he thought he was going to be sitting there with Jay.
I don't know what we're listening to. I got to be honest.
Now we're going off on a path.
I know. I feel tangent. I feel tangenty right now. Is there anything of note, Johnny?
It's Leno talk. Let's just go. It's Leno talking about his illness on the show, but it's not. Don't worry about it. You can move on to something else.
Is
Okay.
it next? Oh.
Howard hates on Leno with Oprah, and then
That's good
Leno
too,
calls Howard about John, which are always classic.
Go to
more than
Oprah.
happy
Go to
to play
Oprah.
those. Okay, Oprah. Here we go.
I was
If I could start with, I watched Oprah and Jay Leno. I'll give you that. And she did a very good job. She let that.
I'm not doing the jumping here, by the
He
way.
come off bad.
I know Serious J thing.
I know that John's trying to just concisely put together
You're
what's
talking over it though.
So badly. Yeah, well, I was watching it, and while I was watching it, my dad actually called me, which is rare, and he said, "I just saw Oprah on with Jay Leno, and that Jay's some character. What a weasel."
He comes off as a weasel if you
I
look at the
mean,
whole thing, huh?
Yeah, my dad isn't that judgmental, but my goodness, I mean,
no way your dad called Jay Leno a weasel.
No.
here
Bringing
it
Ben
is.
into it.
For the life of me, this is so obvious that Jay Leno's a desperate, clinging fucknut.
Well, he's like a guy whose wife.
Drew Show, these are cleaning out the computer clips. So these are old clips. He's not talking, he never talks about John on air. This is just old
not
stuff.
anymore.
We're just talking about Leno right now.
He wants to go, but he won't let her.
Yeah, and he stays in this relationship no matter what they do to him. He's like a battered wife.
He's a cuckold.
He's a cuckold.
That's ironic.
This.
Well, how are you going to see yourself? I mean, he doesn't. The villain never sees himself as a villain.
And he is on this Oprah show trying to, and then he says at one point to Oprah, he goes, and this is such horseshit coming from Jay, he goes, look, I got 184 people that work on the Tonight Show. I don't know the number, something like that. 213 people work on the Tonight Show. And I can't, every time Oprah asked him a tough question, he'd go, look, she goes, why do you even want this job? Like, why are you carrying on with this Tonight Show? Why do you?
Okay, I can't. Sorry. I'm going to go into something that we all love listening to, which is Leno calls Howard about John. I love this.
Talk about Stuttering John leaving for the Tonight Show. He's been a nervous wreck about what I'm going to say.
I know.
I've spoken to Jay Leno twice because I guess John gave him my home number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how he's got it, but he's got it. And he's going to, I guess, promote his Tonight Show job for the next week. And he's here for the week to finish out his 2 weeks' notice because this is like a secretarial job. You give 2 weeks' notice, then you leave.
Yes.
And he planned it just right. He gave us notice a week while we were on a vacation.
Right. And
The very edgy Jay Leno. I'll tell you about my conversation with Jay Leno. Jay is the biggest douchebag on 2 feet. I am convinced that there is a robot inside that man.
Oh, yeah.
He is the oddest human being. I went on well. I said, hey, I paid him like $500,000.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, to go and be the Tonight Show. And you go, gee, well, why would they pay John? But they had to have John.
It's a little cunty that he would tell the salary too, just so you know. It really
Somehow
is.
Gary got a hold of it.
He loves fucking telling people's fucking salaries. He absolutely loves it.
Considering the fact that he was only making $75,000 on the Stern Show. So the fact that anybody would leave for that money, everybody would leave for that money. The fact that they picked John is shocking, but everybody would leave for that kind of money.
What do you mean? It's not like that.
No, we saw him on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. That's why we want him.
Really?
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I go, I see.
I never watched this show.
Yeah. Doesn't have to do with the fact that you rip off every goddamn piece of the show.
Right, he'd already taken every bit.
Yeah. And made it lame. Jay is the wackiest asswipe I know. I mean, I can't believe what a jerk off he is.
Wow.
Call from me. He goes, you call, make sure everything's okay. Everything's not okay. I said, well, as long as you're calling me. I said, how much more material are you going to take from me? I said, you make $14 million a year. Letterman makes $31 million a year. Why don't you ask NBC for the 31 and pay me the rest since I'm writing material for you now? Mm-hmm. Emotionally bankrupt. You can't even admit that you take crap from the show, major hunks of the show, and call it your own. I said, but what you're doing is you're taking like everyone I know in the business talking about how transparent and lame and gay you are.
Wow.
So I have a question though. What year is this?
04. February of 04.
So at this point, Howard's making how much at 92.3 Rock?
35 million, 40 million a year apparently.
All right, so he's making 20 million more than Leno, and he brings up Leno's salary. I mean that is
Letterman's got the worldwide pants, Dennis, that owns his show.
And brings up John. There is not a single person on the staff of that place that at that moment didn't say to themselves, holy fuck, I can't believe they picked Stuttering John out of all of us to come and work there.
Because they're all begging for that money.
Oh my God.
Getting
but you know what he's
from him.
What he
even
said
now.
Go, Jen. No, you go.
No, I was just going to say, even now, most of those people don't make $500,000.
No.
Of course not.
And what he said in the previous clip, what really eats Howard and soul, is that Leno exposed that Howard doesn't take care of his guys. He goes in the clip before, he goes, Jay's got 180 people and he thinks he's going to work to take care of these people. While I was looking at that, there was a clip of Casey Armstrong had to get Dominic Barbara to pay for his psychiatrist because he doesn't have benefits at K-Rock. Dominic Barbara out of his own pocket had to pay for Casey's psychiatrist.
Wow.
I mean, what would it cost us? What do you go? It's one a psychiatrist which administers medication is once a month. What would that cost for an entire year? $1,000?
Probably a little more than that.
$1,500, maybe more than that.
Cheap.
Dominic Barbara had to pay for it because Howard and K-Rock can't give them benefits, and he was working how many hours a day?
But by all means, you should stay there because
you're stay there for the rest of your life.
You're a creator.
Indentured servant.
Great.
Okay, we're gonna play a little cleaning out the computer because we really need to talk about what's going on with the show for the next couple of weeks. I mean the calendar. Sorry, that's meant to say.
Calendar.
Let's go to the calendar. November.
Oh, that fucking kills me. That absolutely kills me.
All right, so.
All right, so here we are. Here we are at the calendar.
Yeah.
We've come so far.
Like that.
We've come so
look
far.
like that at all.
Wait, hold on. I need to swing it over a little bit. All right, here we are. Here we are on the 16th, right? So that's the 17th last year. So that was a work week. He did those weird bonus shows with no guests on the 22nd and 20. I don't know that. How did he end the show today? I don't even know.
Good question.
He said, "We'll see you sometime." Literally sometime. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So long, chump.
Yeah, exactly. And
right.
then he worked the week of the 29th for 3 days, took off the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then worked the 13th.
Yeah, that ain't happening either.
Well, you keep saying that, but are you think you can't say that he's not? Are you wait? By your calculations, Dennis, he should have said, "See you next year."
No, he'll do three. He'll do 3 shows. He'll do 3 shows.
But you just said that that's not happening. You just said the 29th, 30th, and 1st is not going to happen.
But he's not doing the 29th, 30th, and 1st. He's going to be off. He'll do like the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then he'll be done. He'll be done. He has to because he has to average less than 80 shows a year for the next 3 years.
Why?
There's no way he's going to do any more. He's not going to do 95 shows this year. He's at show 87? He'll do 90 shows this year. That's it.
Dennis, you just sent me the cutest picture of your cat.
I know. She's been hanging out with me the whole time.
That's so cute. All right, guys, what do you think?
Wishful thinking. I hope Dennis is right.
You know what? It is what it is, but yeah, I think 3 sounds about right.
You're not getting more. He'll only take away.
No,
You're not. It's
absolutely
like anything else.
Correct.
He'll never give you more. All you subscribers who bought the stiletto and the lifetime subscription, he's only going to take away. You're not going to get, and no one's going to sit in for him, and you're not going to get new material and nothing live. And so, always go with less.
Yes, all of you who are saying that we need a Dominic show, you're 1,000% right. I have to tell you that every couple of weeks I call him, I leave him a message, I check in on him to see how he's doing. I know he was newly dating some chick, so he wasn't really interested in talking to me for a while.
Imagine Dominic climbing on top of you right now, Monique, in the Shelter Island house.
Yeah.
The same bedroom where Howard had sex with Beth.
I have no idea what he looks like these days.
He's on
Because last time I interviewed him, I didn't see him. But yeah, so I would love to get Dominic back on.
What about a Dominic show where we just play moments of him over the years and when he got marginalized and all through? That'd be fun.
That would be fun, but I think there's other people that people hate more that they would love to do. Oh,
we like Dominic. We like them. I'm not saying I've
spoken to Cabby multiple times. He'll come on anytime. So yeah, we can definitely do a Cabby show.
That'd be fun.
There was this guy Alex Stein that was on Who Are These Podcasters who would like to come on the show. So I'm thinking that he would be a good guest. Dr. Steve also wants to come on and talk about Howard's agoraphobia and Robin's starvation diet. So from a doctor's perspective, so I'm thinking maybe one of those after when the show is on hiatus. dark. And yeah, right. And yeah, so we'll see. I mean, at most case scenario, without Dennis thinking that he's not working anymore, there would definitely be like 6 shows. So that's all we got left for the rest of this year. Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Okay. So
is he working? I'm still
No, he's
confused
off.
on how
He's
he
off.
ended the show today. I'd like to really.
He said he has Lizzo coming in sometime soon, which means next month.
How about the irony? How about the
Sometime
irony of an
soon.
anorexic needing 3 weeks off for Thanksgiving? Right? You ever think of that?
He needs to paint.
Hey, those almonds. You know, he has those almonds. He gets them with stuffing. You know.
Just trying to see if I see anything. Neil Young. I don't think I have it. I do not think I have any.
12 other people I hung out with and the car that I had.
Trying to see like what was.
Get back to. That's a people
He was on for forever, by the
That's
way.
people
Over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yes. Hey, I got to tell you some things that are going on before we get to Neil Young later in the show. These are
Okay, let's see.
wild things in there. So it's all
Hang on.
very, very tired.
Just looking. You guys can chat if you want to.
All right, we'll chat amongst ourselves.
I'm not thinking clearly.
Lizzo and Neil.
I'm like,
Lizzo and Neil
But that's the
Young.
beginning of the show
today
again.
I was talking to John.
That's the beginning of the show again. So
You at the end of the show?
I do.
Now I remember singing favorites. I must have seen.
This is amazing.
Wow.
I was talking to Bring Back Jackie Monique on DM.
Yeah.
And I said him not joining Radio Gunk is the equivalent of Spider-Man being asked to join the Avengers over and over again. He just keeps turning him down.
I know. Who are we talking
It
to?
is what it is.
I'm talking to my cat. She just like messed my. There we go. She messed my computer up.
All right. So listen, we will probably do a show or two next week. I can't even. I don't know. I don't know what's going on next week. I don't even know if he's in next week. But whatever it is, we'll figure it out. Sorry for the dead air for a moment there. I was just trying to figure out.
It's
if he
much
said
less
anything at the
than
end of the
Howard's
show
dead
today.
air, though.
We'll cut it out in
much
post.
less.
Yeah, we'll cut it out in post.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? The problem is when you cut things on YouTube, the moment you edit something, it takes away all the chat. And so it's so much fun to see the chat that I hate to cut anything out of a show because we have this. So sorry, Rupert Pupkin, that you zoned out on our show for a moment, but I was just trying to see whether or not there was something. Oh, David, my God, I forgot all about that. So yes, David and Zach and one of the other guys want to do a gay show. So I'm going to gather the boys and do a show about homosexuality and Howard. So
do
yeah.
you guys think that they're gonna add anything to the Bruce Springsteen interview on HBO? Like any like you'll think you just be straight out cut and paste.
No extras.
Just
no extras. Howard is the master of just doing the exact show he did on radio. On freaking TV.
You're right.
Xavier, do you mean like the CBS show, like the interstitials, like little slick interstitials between it, just try to like punch it up to make it look slick? Yeah, he might do that.
No, there wasn't even any
He's not
commercial
doing
breaks,
it. Somebody
so
else.
there's
is doing it.
Honestly, if you think that he's trying to package this shit, you think he would add something to it other than what's already been viewed enough times?
No,
and that we can do a show on that. But I was saying we can do a show on that, but then we've already did that show.
No, we don't need it. We don't need it. Sorry, it's not.
Sorry.
But Benjamin
Sorry.
brings up a good point. Is he gonna weigh Lizzo when she comes in?
Yeah.
The weigh machine.
You gotta fat shame Lizzo, just like you did Precious, Howard. Right? It's only fair. That's your thing. That's your favorite pastime.
I can't wait for that.
Fat shaming.
Did you ever see Lizzo playing the flute?
Skin flute.
No.
No. You guys, Lizzo.
Yeah, I know she can play. I know she can.
Lizzo is an
talented
accomplished
flautist.
Flautist. Yes, she's actually quite amazing. I'm gonna play you just a little bit of that because it's really quite fantastical. So she was there was a really, really beautiful clip of her at in Washington D.C. and she played at one of okay, here it is, Washington
Are we
D.C.
really
I
doing
got it.
Lizzo clips now?
We're
What?
doing Lizzo.
No. Just really, really quickly.
Okay,
It's just really beautiful. Just listen to her.
Oh, I'm
Hang on a
sure it
second.
is.
Come on, it's flute.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
It's
Well,
no
it's actually
Sergio
pretty
Rojas.
good.
Sorry.
She played the crystal flute.
Wow.
Won't let me do it. Sorry, James Madison. His wife.
Yeah, she went to school for music. She's a
Copyright
very
strike.
accomplished artist.
Copyright strike. We're gonna
No.
get a copyright strike for this
I'm done.
crap.
I'm done.
Can we
Yes,
do Sergio Rojas doing Hotel California
the pan flute,
please?
exactly.
That's a little bit more my style.
Yeah, well, we're gonna leave you guys. Hopefully, we will see you next week. We will throw some shows up and just kind of surprise you when we decide to do them. But we're inherently lazy, so
Well-
the odds of us doing that are
Well, we're not as
slim and none.
lazy. We're not as lazy as a guy getting paid $100 million a year who does not announce when he's on and when he's not.
Well, that's
So-
exactly right.
So we're
But
better
something
than that.
makes me feel like he might have a show or two next week since he didn't leave
No,
us
he
with
won't have
any
any.
kind of extras.
Zero. You want to bet?
I do not want to bet because I would
0.0
believe
next
you.
week.
I would
Nothing.
believe you. I would believe you. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.